YouTube, what's up, man? Welcome back to another video with Lifestyle with Span. Man, I know it's been a while. It's been a good little minute. It's been some probably a month or so, bro. You know, but just wanted to check back in. As y'all know, man, a lot of stuff has changed over the course of the last 6 months, seems like. Really more so the last 3 months. And you know, especially for me and my fleet. So with that being said, I think it's important for you guys to understand that when you know, these rough times come, that if you, even though you a boss, you still gotta get in the trenches. As y'all see right now, so I'm sure most of y'all recognize this background. I'm out here myself. You know what I'm saying? You know, trying to make ends meet. So, you know, let's get into it, guys. Like, what's been going on with y'all, man? Like, you know, I know the biggest thing right now is the race. You know, and I kind of want to say the rates are trash, but at the same time I don't. Only because I've been driving. You know, I've been doing this thing since 2015. So I've seen not no 2007, 2008 stuff, but I've seen, you know, these type of rates before. The fuel was probably just a little bit cheaper when I got in the game. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen this before, and I was able to be profitable around that time as well. You know, it's just that for a lot of people that are saying rates are trash, you know, I'm not disagreeing, but we first got to remember that everybody's business model is different. Everybody's overhead is different. And, you know, for a guy that might have $10,000-$12,000 in overhead a month, and it's just him, I mean, the rates might be trash for him versus somebody that don't have that, and they got a lot less overhead or a lot less debt or a lot less responsibilities. They're probably still profitable. Some people out here don't even have a truck payment, you know. But I think a lot of you guys, because I don't know the exact number, I'm just gonna say about 50% of you guys, y'all came into trucking because somebody told you it was a good idea. You might have heard about how much money truck drivers were making, especially during COVID. Oh man, COVID was it was a time. You know what I'm saying? You know, we made a lot of money during that time, just because we had to keep the economy going. You know what I'm saying? Had to keep everything up and moving. So now that COVID is kind of, you know, going on about its business and things are starting to return to normal, per se, a lot of people that came in during that time based their business off of COVID, off of, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8, sometimes $10 a mile loads. You know what I'm saying? You know, they base their business off of big paydays. And again, now that we're in a situation where COVID is no longer, you know, preventing us from moving around in the economy, and now again the economy is returning back to normal, and fuel prices are starting to kind of simmer down a little bit. Those big paydays ain't here no more. You know what I'm saying? Not that they won't ever come back, you know, or unless you have some type of contract freight, you probably still get a decent payday. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you got to come out here and work for free or for pennies, but overall, guys, I got a lot of questions over the past few weeks, man. A lot of people hitting me up in the DM on Instagram, a couple emails, just people asking me, you know, for advice how to survive during these times, man. And again, like I said, everybody's situation is different, but you know, I would say number one is whatever unnecessary debts that you have right now, you need to get rid of them. You know, if you got that car and you can get rid of it, or that whatever and you can get rid of it, go ahead and get rid of it. Because the unfortunate part about it is this is only going to get worse before it gets better. And you don't want to be on the side of not surviving this thing because you held on to your pride a little too long. So, it's just really about preparation. You know what I'm saying? You got to prepare for the storm. I mean, because if you can't pull the umbrella out during the storm, it's too late. You know what I'm saying? You got to prepare beforehand. So again, if you got some stuff, some little debts that you can take care of, just knock all that stuff out. I wouldn't go out and try to buy no new equipment right now. No, I wouldn't try to buy nothing. You know what I'm saying? Again, for me, my philosophy is maximizing in all areas, but also keeping my debts down as much as possible. Being conservative with my spending. A lot more conservative with my spending. Just really tightening up in a lot of different areas. And unfortunately, this particular thing that's going on right now in trucking, it's going to purge a lot of people out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not one of those people that are saying, the people that don't deserve to be here are going to get put out. It ain't nothing like that. It's just more so, to run a business, you have to have really good money management. I'd probably say 50% of people that, get into trucking or get into anything that makes them a substantial amount of money, they tend to switch up their lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. What are we working hard for? We want to go out and do nice things or drive nice cars, etc., etc. But it's levels to that, and it's in trucking, because it's based on the economy. You have to expect it to do what it's doing. But with that being said, make sure you can put some money away for a rainy day. You know what I'm saying? Also, like, if you own a home, or if you're financing a truck, like whatever you have financed right now, if your credit is good, see if you can get it refinanced. You know what I'm saying? See if you can get that. See if you can get those credit cards that you got. See if you can get see if you can get a credit card with 0% interest for 9 months, and you can do a balance transfer from other credit cards that you're paying up to 22% interest on. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of get a fresh start, and it help your credit score when you pay off those other credit cards. You know what I'm saying? But overall, guys, like this is. I would say this is kind of, if you can get through this, man, you can pretty much get through anything. I'm not disagreeing that it's rough out here. Like I said, if it wasn't that bad, you wouldn't see me in a truck. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be shooting this video from a truck. You know what I'm saying? Guys, we just got to remain vigilant and consistent in the things that's going to help us survive these hard times. So on the flip side, guys, I mean, I know it's rough again, but we got to try to be as positive as we can and be encouraged as we can. And it's like, if you're leased onto a carrier, if that's not working for you, that's not the only carrier in the world. And don't get it twisted. Like, there is still good paying freight out here. Again, if you are a driver or owner-operator that's leased to a company, if they don't have the freight, you need to find out who has the freight or who has the rates. Because, again, there's still people out here paying good money to run loads. It just may be where you are. And don't get me wrong, the spot market overall is down. I'm not disagreeing with that, or not saying that it's not down. The spot market is down. Everything is down. Interest rates are up. And they keep going up. Everything's high. So everybody's been affected across the board. But what I'm saying is, you need to find where the money's at. You know, most of y'all know I'm leased to a company that starts with an L, ends with an R. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, this is my business. I'm responsible for this at the end of the day. And if I need to gather up my things and go and take a different route so I can survive this, I'm gonna do that. And you should be okay with doing that too. You know, whatever company you're leased to, or if you have your own authority, whatever the case may be, it'll be there when you get back to it. You know, but again, guys, let's just try to survive this, man. Let's try to work together. Let's get through this. You know, unfortunately, there's a lot of people checking out left and right. A lot of companies going out of business, big companies going out of business. You know what I'm saying? And you know, again, you have to be flexible and discipline to withstand these hard times, man. You know, and again, these are the hard times, these are the lows that some people don't talk about. You know what I'm saying? These are the times that some people don't talk about. So again, you got to put a lot of things into perspective, again, to try and get through this thing, man. I get a lot of by the way, I get a lot of questions from you guys on Instagram. You know, am I hiring, or et cetera, guys? I'll go ahead and say I don't run my own authority. I've said that before in other videos. So with that being said, my company contracts to other companies like Landstar, like whatever mega carrier you can think of, and I'll do another video on why I choose to go that route. But with that being said, there's a lot of companies out here that are not hiring because it's just that bad. Been trying to get one of my trucks on with containers, you know, for a driver that I have that's ready to go, but not one container company is hiring right now. All I keep hearing about is empty ships coming in, you know. So in the meantime, you know, when things do get better, I'll start calling some of you guys back, or emailing some of you guys back and contacting some of y'all to see if you're still interested. But other than that, man, you know, tell me what y'all think about these rates, man. Tell me what y'all think is going on. You know, I hear and I read everywhere they're trying to phase the little guys out. You know, tell me what y'all think about that. You know, sidebar, you know, Knight/Swift just bought US Express for $808 million. So what y'all think that's gonna do to the market? You know what I'm saying? Me personally, it just makes Swift that much bigger. It makes Swift that much bigger, and it makes it even more possible for them to, you know, haul the cheap freight. You know what I'm saying? Because they're getting so much money, even whether it's cheap freight or expensive freight or whatever you want to call it, they can haul whatever and still make millions of dollars. I'm not really sure on the numbers that each company holds, but you know, Swift, they own Knight, and now they own, obviously they already are Swift, and now they're about to own US Express. That's a crazy amount of trucks. One of the biggest trucking company purchases, you know, in America to this day. And you know, I think they're going to eventually end up eating up a lot of bigger companies that are similar to US Express, you know. And again, for me, I'm not going to sit here and say that doesn't have anything to do with me or have an effect on me or anybody else, but I still feel like there's enough money out here for everybody. But I will say, lastly, that we have to, what I will say is, I do hope that this phases out the people that are taking ridiculously low rates. You know, freight that doesn't even pay, you know, $1.25 or $1.50 a mile. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't wish bad on anybody, but at the same time, it's like, again, some of the new guys, they come into this market and they're not aware how to run a business, or this is the most money they've ever made. So it's like, long as they're not making, you know, 9 to 5 money, they don't care. You know what I'm saying? But with so many people doing that, it brings the rates down for everybody that does know how to run a business, that does know that you gotta have a certain amount of money coming in to withstand this type of stuff, and just to be profitable. You know, again, everybody's situation is different, but guys, just tell me what y'all think about that in the comments. You know, tell me where y'all think this thing is going. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think it's going bad, like far as like again, all the smaller people gonna be phased out? Do y'all think it's gonna rebound? I mean, again, I think it's gonna rebound. Hard times don't last forever. That's a motto of mine. You know what I'm saying? So I think the only thing is, it's just gonna get worse before it gets better. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. And you know, if you got any advice, you know, let somebody know. I mean, I don't know it all. I mean, I have been in business for a while, and I've dealt with some stuff, but it might be somebody watching this video or reading the comments that has never dealt with this, and something you can say to them or just put out there might help them survive this. But in the meantime, guys, I'm sorry I took so long to get back to y'all with another video, but stay positive, guys. Know your numbers. Be consistent with your numbers. Don't take cheap freight. And just be safe out here and be blessed out here. And keep God first. Let's go. Woo.